All right, welcome to day 8 of the Radiance Reboot Quantum Glow program. It's 21 days of activations, awarenesses, invitations, exercises, and short, quick, easy little tools for you to be able to shift into your most radiant, lit up, tuned in, tapped in, and turned on body and being. And when you experience all that, why you are going to have age freedom. You're going to have freedom in lots of different ways, but I think specifically for the group, the collective that I am teaching to, it's really about letting go of the culture's grasp on us around being a woman, losing value with age, losing our radiance, losing our glow, and trying to chase it on the outside with products, treatments, and procedures. That's the old way. This is the new way. We're going to light up from within. And after these 21 days, you're going to have a whole new experience and a whole new vision of yourself. So today, for day 8, it's the beginning of the second week. Today, we're going to pick a body part to love. I love this one because there have been so many body parts that I have rejected over the years. I'm going to be turning 55 this year in July, and I'm already sort of trying on the identity of a 55-year-old. And it's kind of wild because there are a lot of cultural projections and rejections about what it means to be 55. And in general, I don't really think about my age at all. I don't play the game. I don't play the game of beauty the way everybody else plays it. So I am experiencing age freedom most of the time, but because I'm getting into this, because I'm coaching you, because I'm facilitating this, I'm holding everybody's ideas and touching into all these different energies. It's been kind of wild because I have been experiencing some like, wow, what is 55 supposed to mean? And kind of some of the memes, the viral beliefs from the culture in my own family around what that means. And it doesn't feel good. So let's continue on our journey. And I'm going to go ahead and like let all that go as well. Because, if we really didn't know what 55 meant, like if we didn't know what a certain age meant, we would be free to have our own expression of age. And my husband and I were just talking this morning about leap year. We have a leap year this year. And so tomorrow we have a 29th day. And like, what a trip it is if you're born on the 29th day. You only have a birthday every 4 years. What kind of cool age stuff can you get into then where you're only aging every 4th year? That's kind of cool. Something to think about. So today we're going to pick a body part to love. And this could be a body part that comes from your beauty story that we looked at yesterday, that we started to rewrite our beauty story. So I gave you a few examples from my own life about my beauty story, but one thing that I didn't share yesterday that I'm going to share today, and that is going to be the body part that I picked to love, is ever since I was about 12 years old, I had a complex about my knees. Now, I already shared yesterday that I was very stressed out and worried at the age of 9 that I was over 100 pounds. That kind of tells you, some of the environment that was shaping me, some of the cultural and familial environments that were shaping me. And so by the time that I got to 12, I had identified that I had chubby knees and that there was something terribly wrong with the way that my knees were shaped. So that actually meant that I never wore shorts my whole entire life. I started wearing them recently because I realized that, that was like, wow, I had like taken away an ability to like feel freedom on my legs because of some bullshit story that the culture and anybody else that was around me was telling me. Now, back in the early 80s, we didn't have social media to reflect that back to us. And I would have to say, like in this culture, Gen Z and Gen Y, they have a much more inclusive body image like lexicon. So I think there's been a lot of growth in that area. So I'm not exactly sure where I bought and sold the lie that there was something wrong with my knees, but I took it hook, line, and sinker. And even though I grew up in Mexico and in Hawaii, I just never wore shorts for years and years and years. And so the body part that I am picking today is my knees. Pardon me just a moment. I got a little liquid running there. So for you, dear viewer, maybe this is something from the beauty store yesterday. Maybe this is a brand new body part. But what body part do you pick today? What body part are you going to pick to love? And so when we decide to pick this body part, let's include this flooding of appreciation towards this body part for the entire experience, for the next, for the next 2 weeks, for the rest of this experience, and then for the rest of your life. Because this is a part of your body that you have disassociated from, and you have rejected. And it is it is a part of your body that is just kind of not coming in with the rest of the body parts and energetically. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and you probably, just as I'm talking, you've probably already picked a body part, right? You're like, oh, it's this. It could be your nose. It could be, it could be like we all have a kaleidoscope of different body parts that we think somehow are wrong. Now, if I was born in the 1800s, my curvy, fluffy, mid-size, cellulite prone, flabby prone body would be like super celebrated, right? It would be like I would be probably from the royal class. So that's another kind of example that the body parts that we reject in this lifetime are just totally random in so many ways. So the fact that I rejected a part of my body that is literally responsible for supporting me energetically is a really big deal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that body part. I'm inviting you to do the same. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tune into its functionality. So for me, the knees are, my support, how I'm standing upright, how I am bending, how I am walking on this earth, how I am literally showing up in my life. I'm sure there's many more energetic elements to the knees, but right now I'm just tuning into that functionality for myself. For you, if it was the nose, obviously there would be the sense of smell. If it was that your ears were too big, those are your senses, your sense of hearing. So a lot of times these body parts are connected to a sense or connected to a function. So that's the second thing that you're going to want to do. Like really acknowledge this body part for everything that it does for you. And then if you're willing, along with me, are you willing to let go of all of the projections and rejections and separations and limitations and conclusions and computations that you have around whether this body part is good or bad, right or wrong, up or down, yes or no, black or white? Just feel all of that coming up. Are you willing to let it go? All right. And if so, let's just pick up all of that judgment and control and rejection and projection and separation and limitation and computation and conclusion. Then let's just push it back down to the earth and let the earth recycle it, reduce it, reuse it, regenerate it, renew it, and bringing it back up to us as a beautiful, fresh flow of energy. And you can actually imagine that you are sitting in a vortex right now, a beautiful, my my words aren't working right now, but imagine that your energy field is a circular, like an apple. And imagine that you as the body are the stem. Bring the energy up, down, letting it push down through the earth, and let's just transmute all of that sticky, icky judgment, because the truth of the matter is that it's the judgment that holds the limitation in place. It's the judgment that makes it real. It's bad, that means it's real. If we can bring some neutrality to it, that's the first thing. I'm not saying that we are just going to start loving this body part today and going, oh my gosh, I love you. Which, by the way, I don't use the word love a lot. Of course, this is ultimately a self-love program, but the word love means a million different things to a million different people. It actually means 8 billion different things to 8 billion different people. So, well, here, love really means deep acknowledgement, deep nourishment, deep understanding and acceptance of oneself. So let's bring that energy to this body part first. And I'm actually going to take my hands and set them on my knees and just flood my knees with this appreciation, with the energy of appreciation. We'll be getting more into the frequency of appreciation, but appreciation is the energy of increase and the energy of flow. It's the energy of an investment growing, just like your money appreciates in value. We can appreciate in value when we appreciate ourselves. So before I try to say I love this body part, which I've been working with this body part for many years, so I absolutely do love my knees. But if you're just starting out and this is a new concept for you, go ahead and start with appreciation. Really tuning into the function and the form of this body part. Inviting this body part back into wholeness. Inviting this body part to be celebrated for just a moment. Bringing, if you're ready to say that you're sorry for what you've expressed to your body part, go ahead and you can use the Hawaiian healing prayer, Ho'onopo'ono. I'm sure I butchered that, but it's thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. So you can hold your body part during this time. You could hold your nose, your ears. I don't know what it is for you. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, I don't have any body parts that I ever rejected or projected on, then celebrate that. That's awesome. I am not saying that every single person is going to have this, but most women that I have worked with throughout the years have experienced this. All right, so that's your exercise for today. It's short and sweet, but it's ongoing for a lifetime. And once you work with one body part, you can switch it over to the next body part. You can bring in a body part that maybe you've never really acknowledged before. Maybe that's an organ inside your body, your liver, right? For all the years that I abused myself with, thinking that alcohol was either a form of entertainment or a form of relaxation, I could choose my liver next. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. I think this is, one of those special little activations that seems very easy and seems kind of simple, but it's very potent, and there's a lot of magic that is held inside of your own body. And if you go deeper with me and we go to the next level with beauty energy, you'll really start to discover that our body is actually our subconscious, and our body keeps the score, right? So when we start bringing our body back online and treating our body like our own very most treasured best friend and ally, you will be absolutely amazed at some of the shifts that will happen energetically. So thank you for taking this invitation and for bringing your body back home to you. All right, we'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.